If you're heading into the new year feeling tired, overwhelmed, or like you're doing everything for your TPT store and still not seeing the growth or the money you want, I want to help you. In this episode, I want to share with you four things I intentionally not do in my TPT business and that you should not do either in your store if you really want it to grow this year. If you're new here, I'm Sara, the creator behind Overthinker Teacher. And in less than 2 years and less than 50 products, I reached the top 1% of TPT sellers, earning consistent four figures every single month. And I'm not trying to brag here, okay? But I'm sharing this because a big part of that growth didn't come from doing a lot, it came from learning what to stop doing. So if you've been setting on TPT for a little or for a while, make sure you stay here for these four tips. And especially if you are an experienced TPT seller, you will definitely be surprised with number four. All right, so let's get to number one. Stop treating your business like a side hustle. T is a side hustle. No, TPT could become your full time job. All right. So stop treating it as a side hustle. Treat it as something that you want to explode into your main job. All right. If you treat TPT as, all right, I'm a teacher, I make nice resources, I sell it in TPT, and I make some good money there. It helps me pay, some of my debts. That's how I started in TPT. I just saw it as a need because I needed to be able to pay my bills. And I was like, this is just a little side hustle so I can complete the money that I need because my teacher's salary is not enough. But when I realized that I needed to stop doing that and treat my store not like a teacher who's sharing and selling, but more like a business. When I shared it as I am the CEO of my TPT store who is about to explode into a full on business, things completely change in my store. Just having that mindset made everything different because then I wasn't just putting up random stuff. I was making decisions that were actually structured like a business. I was even learning. I started learning things. I mean, I did not go to school to become a seller, right? I went to university to become a teacher. So I literally, the moment that I decided this is not a side hustle, this is my business, I started learning about marketing and like I started analyzing big businesses like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and like thinking about the mindset that they have to grow their stores for me to be able my own store the same way. And that helped me to be branded. And that is so important because if you're just a nice teacher sharing your resources out there, honestly, let me tell you, that's not what's going to get you up there in those high figures that you want. So this new year, I 100% recommend you to treat your business, I mean, your TPT store like a business and be branded. Make sure that everybody in TPT knows who you are, even if you don't say it, just because you have a streamlined way of having your covers. You give quality in everything that you do. You start exploring other areas to market your products and just learn and grow as a business expert, as a CEO, and not just like a teacher selling. All right. Okay, so now let's move on into number two. Stop chasing trends. I have fallen into chasing trends into like what's trending right now. Like for example, like I can give you an idea of the 6-7, right? Yes, I hate it. All right. But there's some teachers that like it. But point is, I've been like, maybe I should start making 6-7 activities. And let me tell you, there's some sellers who go viral on Instagram or TikTok by making 6-7 resources. And I'm not saying that you won't get viral. What I'm saying is that if you want an income, right? Because the 6-7 thing is gonna end at some point, all right? So if you want an income that is going to be actually every month there, those four figures, five figures every single month, you want to try to, okay, maybe if you're really into it, maybe just make one that's trending, but do not use all your time there. Use your time to create product lines that solve teacher problems all year long, all life long, right? And that are based in your best sellers. Don't just create because everybody's doing that, because it's not what's going to help your store grow. All right. So, number three, stop comparing yourself to other sellers. started TPT, I was like, okay, let me look at other sellers in my same niche. 700 resources, 500 resources. I'll never be able to get there. Like, what? Might as well just look for another side hustle. And that has been the best thing that I have taken off my shoulders, to stop comparing myself to other sellers. Because honestly, everyone's journey is different. You do not know what happens behind those resources. You don't know the amount of VAs and help that other sellers have. Okay. You cannot compare your day one to somebody's day 100. You are you. Your store is completely different than everybody else. Your life is different. And what you do not compare it to anything. If anything, compare yourself to yourself. Last year, how was I last year? What can I improve? What can I, continue doing? But stop trying to compare to other people. Oh, she's posting more things and she's doing this, and look at her covers. And I feel my covers are ugly, because they steal the joy out of these, and they're just gonna burn you out and make you feel horrible. And for you to be able to grow your store this new year, you need that creative mind full of energy without all those burnout from those comparisons. All right. And so let's go with number 4. Stop quitting on product creation. And this is actually something that a lot of established sellers think that is not necessary. Right now, when you start growing your TPT store, you're filling up your store, like filling up shelves in a store, in a physical store. But then there's going to be a moment in which it's going to become very passive. And that's obviously where we all want to be, right? In which we don't have to create as much, just kind of like maybe focus more in the marketing and other areas. However, I've noticed, even though I don't have like hundreds of resources and I still make really good amount of money, I realized that, first of all, TPT algorithm seems to really like when you upload fresh products. So make sure you at least, I would recommend, like, if you can really do 2 per month, that would be like amazing, because that keeps the algorithm fresh. It keeps your store refreshed for those repeat buyers that you already have, because they already know and trust your resources. So they're ready to get more for you. But also, do not expect that what's best selling today is going to be the best seller in 3 years. Same thing. If you've been for a long time selling in TPT and you have like this bestseller for 2-3 years ago, and maybe you're seeing a decline, it just means, yeah, you can definitely optimize and make it better, but just make new versions out of it. Like, just try to continuously upload resources that are different versions, different styles, to keep the algorithm moving, to keep your store growing. Because let's be honest, when you go to like a store, like for example, I love some clothing stores, but if you go this year and you go next, let's say I buy like a Christmas outfit this year, right? And then next year I want to wear like something new, and I go to that same clothing store and I see the same exact clothes, like, what's the fun of that, right? So if you see these big businesses, they continue taking out new clothes, correct? So same thing you should do. Just try to explore new areas and how you can continue keep doing more and more resources for your store. I really hope you apply these 4 mindsets to your store, because let me tell you that when I said that I get consistent 4 figures every single month, is thanks to me not having hundreds of resources, but having these mindsets in my mind that really determine on how I do things in my store. Treat your store like a business. All right. It's time to grow. Make this year be the year that your store grows the way you want, and even more. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like and subscribe so more and more TPT sellers can find this video and make this 2026 the year they grow. Thank you so much for being here. And this was Overthinker Coaching.